This is the Vaio Z Flip, a sleek, portable laptop with a trick up its sleeve. The laptop is available in 3 different versions. The cheapest one starts at $1,799 and gives you a dual-core i5 CPU paired with 8 gigs of RAM and a blazing fast 256 gig PCIe SSD. $200 more upgrades the CPU to an i7 instead of the i5. Another $400 on top of that gives you double the RAM and SSD storage. So yeah, there's definitely no doubt about it. It is one expensive laptop. Another thing that there's no doubt about is its looks. It's beautiful, except that huge forehead. God, there's always something. Anyway, is it worth it? Well, let's find out. The version I am taking a look at here is the highest end one. It costs a whopping $2,400. In terms of connectivity, it has 2 super speed USB Type-A ports, an HDMI port, headphone jack, and a card reader. The build quality isn't all that great. It does have a few metal panels, but that is not the same thing as having a full metal design. That's why the keyboard and screen flexes a bit, but it's also why it's so light. So in this regard, it all comes down to your own preferences. In terms of battery life, Vaio is advertising 11.5 hours, which will never actually happen in real life. I'd say about 7 hours of browsing the web and videos, but not more than that. The keyboard is great, and getting used to it is a charm. It's got backlit keys, surprisingly yellowy tinted ones, but it's there. It's also got a few quick tools like adjusting the screen brightness and volume, but weirdly enough, there is no media controls. Why? The flip mechanism is quite genius, to be honest with you. Just flick a switch and flip the screen around. It does look pretty badass. The pen that you get with the laptop is quite good. There's nowhere to put it, but when actually using it, it works great. And if you're drawing, for example, the software does a great palm rejection job. The screen itself is a Quad HD IPS touch display. Its viewing angles are good, it's sharp, clean, punchy, and just beautiful overall. A thing I don't like, however, are those huge bezels. It looks straight out of 2007. Well, no, actually the bezels were smaller in 2007. The Vaio Z Flip is a very portable laptop indeed. I mean, you can take it anywhere. It's light, it's small, it's quiet. It's the perfect on-the-go workhorse. Given that you don't do any hardware taxing work, it's still a dual-core machine. So, video editing? No. 3D modeling? No. Music production? No. Graphics design? Maybe. Signing tax forms? Yeah, that probably works. So with the jokes out of the way, no, it's not that bad. If you're just the average Joe doing document work, media consumption, emailing, web browsing, this laptop is quick AF. And that's thanks to its PCIe-based SSD storage working at over 2000 megabytes per second on the read side and 1300 on the write side. I mentioned before that this laptop is fantastic for media consumption, but that was maybe a little bit of a bold statement. I mean, the screen is fantastic, but the speakers are not. You probably have to wear headphones. So let's try to conclude this laptop. Is it worth it? And if so, who is it for? If you want a sleek looking 2-in-1 laptop and you don't happen to partake in any hardware taxing work, it's worth it. But that's not to say that it doesn't have any competition, because it certainly does. The Dell XPS 13 2-in-1, for example. So just make sure to do your research in terms of price and features you want to make the perfect purchase for you. So there you have that. That's my verdict. Let me know what you guys think about the Vaio Z Flip in the comments down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.